Hey, everyone! Welcome back to the QQQ vs QLD channel. It's the evening of October 4th, 2024, and that means it's time for our monthly update. Let's dive into how the challenge is shaping up and take a closer look at what's been going on in the markets lately. Throughout September and October, QQQ experienced some ups and downs. After hitting a low of $448 on September 6th, QQQ made a solid rebound to $493 by September 26th. Right now, as of this evening, QQQ is sitting at $487. Despite these significant fluctuations, QQQ remains above the green line, which is the 200-day simple moving average, SMA 200. It's important to note that we've been in an upward trend ever since the Golden Cross occurred on March 13, 2023, when the purple SMA 50 line crossed above the green SMA 200 line. This kind of signal suggests a potential long-term upward trend, and we've definitely seen a rising market since that cross. QQQ has dipped near the green SMA 200 line several times since then, in October 2023, April 2024, and again in August 2024, but each time it rebounded above it, reinforcing the upward momentum. Currently, we're still in that trend, but as we know, trends don't last forever. If we look back at history, we can see a death cross back on March 1, 2022, when the purple SMA 50 line dipped below the green SMA 200 line. That bearish signal led to 11 months of QQQ remaining below the SMA 200 until it moved back above on January 27, 2023. So in the future, we could expect another death cross, but based on the current momentum, I don't anticipate that happening anytime soon, definitely not in 2024. Now, onto some broader economic context. There's been a lot of chatter about the possibility of a recession since August 2024. You may remember the softer-than-expected July jobs report that caused some nervousness in the market back in August. As a result, the Sahm rule made headlines. If you're not familiar with it, the Sahm rule predicts recessions by looking at the U.S. unemployment rate. When the 3-month average unemployment rate rises by 0.5% or more from its 12-month low, it signals a recession is underway. In early August 2024, the rule was triggered when the unemployment rate increased to 4.3%. But today, we've got some positive news. September brought a pleasant surprise. The U.S. economy added 254,000 jobs, far surpassing the forecast of 150,000. This stronger-than-expected job growth shows how resilient the labor market has been. Additionally, the unemployment rate dropped to 4.1%, suggesting the economy is gaining strength again. These numbers are a positive signal, indicating potential growth and recovery as we head toward the end of the year. One headline worth mentioning is U.S. September payrolls jump takes November 50 BP cut off the table. This article discusses how the unexpected job growth could influence the Federal Reserve's upcoming decisions on interest rates. Initially, there was speculation about a potential 50 basis point interest rate cut in November, but with these stronger labor market numbers, that seems less likely now. The Fed's actions, especially around interest rates, have ripple effects across the economy, influencing borrowing costs, mortgages, credit card rates, and more. So this latest job report is likely to have a big impact on future policy decisions and market expectations moving forward. Even though this news is reassuring, some concerns are shifting. While recession was the main worry earlier in 2024, there are now discussions about potential market bubbles forming. As investors, we need to stay aware of both possibilities. While steady growth is ideal, we should be prepared for all market conditions and remain adaptable. Personally, I think there's a low chance of either a recession or a bubble forming in the next 3 months, but anything is possible. Alright, let's move on to our stock comparison. Right now, QQQ is priced around $487, which is about 19% higher than its 2021 peak of $408. QLD is priced around $100, which is 6% higher than its 2021 peak of $94. And then there's TQQQ, currently priced around $72, but still 21% below its 2021 peak of $91, although it's gradually catching up. Now, let's get into the details of our October investments. We're sticking to the plan of investing $500 into both QQQ and QLD each month. So far, we've invested a total of $3,000 in each. For QQQ, we're seeing a total return of around 4%, which translates to an approximate gain of $120. Our average cost per share is about $468. On October 1st, I picked up 1.04 shares at $478 each. Also, I'll be getting a small dividend of $3.60. Moving on to QLD, we're seeing a higher return of around 6%, with an approximate gain of $180. Our average cost per share is around $95. On October 1st, I bought 5.1 shares at $97 each, and I'll be receiving a dividend of $1.30. As expected, since QLD aims to double the performance of QQQ, the returns have been roughly twice as strong. Since May 2024, we've consistently invested $500 into each ETF every month, and we plan to continue doing so for 30+ years, with the goal of investing $180,000 into each over time. If all goes well, this could potentially grow into several $1 million. As we keep moving forward with the QQQ versus QLD challenge, it's essential to remember the core principles. Consistent monthly investment. Keep investing $500 in both QQQ and QLD each month for 30+ years. Dollar cost averaging, DCA. Stick to the plan, focusing on consistency regardless of market conditions. No sales. Resisting the urge to sell any shares for 30+ years. No margin trading. We're keeping things safe by only investing with our own money. Just a quick reminder, this challenge is for fun and educational purposes. I'm not a financial advisor, so make sure your investment strategy aligns with your personal financial goals. If you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any updates. Thanks for being part of this adventure with me. Catch you next time.